Hi and welcome to the fourth drone video again. We travelled up to northwest, up to Goroka from Port Moresby, and as you get into Goroka you can see easterly you've got the ocean, and then off to the west you've got the other Highlands there to Mount Michael and so forth. So as we go sort of south from the airport to the golf club, this next drone shot is actually from the golf course, and the expats that have the golf course here, that's gone into a little bit of disrepair. It's still in reasonably good nick, but not like the halcyon days of the 80s. Late 80s, 90s, I suppose, early 90s, I suppose, was the last time they were there, and they've moved on. But what you can notice from this drone shot is just how good condition everything is in. And when I mean in good condition, nothing's been vandalised, nothing's been tampered with. If this was in Australia, this golf club would have been vandalised and broken into, because there's really no full-time people looking after this at the moment. So it goes to show you that there is a lot of respect for property in this region. Now we're going to run down this fairway here. We're looking back towards Johnny's place there. The substation there was just to your right, just spinning around here to give you a bit of an idea what's here. It's quite thick bush here back towards the airport. You can see there's a property just behind us, and we drove in through that little entrance there. Again, everything here is very, very lush, very, very green, ideal growing conditions, as you can see. And we wander down this fairway. We're going to move back towards, we're really looking directly towards Johnny's little hut there. Again, the substation a little bit to the left there. And this used to be a race course, by the way, on the left hand side there. I'll show you a photo, some images a bit later on. We're looking directly towards Mount Michael there. So that's really sort of heading towards the sunsets as we sort of head towards the west there. And these eastern highlands sort of wrap around like a horseshoe shape. So you see a little property to the end, and just spinning around, giving you a quick overview of what it looks like here. That's where we were on the second drone shot, just filming from that top mountain over there. All over there is the designated properties that we're going to be looking at. There's the golf club, again in very, very good condition, hasn't been touched, no vandalism, no glass being broken, no graffiti. It is surprisingly safe. There is very, very good respect for property here, and it's worth noting because that really shocked me when I was here. So you get a lot of reports about just how hostile, just how rogue PNG is. Well, I saw none of that here. I'm not saying that it didn't occur, because a lot of the expats have left here, but I'm just letting you know that everything here is in pretty good shape. There's the river running past us. You would have seen a couple of shots of the river crossings on the previous drone shots. That river is really flowing through here. This valley is so fertile, just such an abundance of life through here. Again, all those properties in the foothills of those mountains, again, nothing being farmed there. This is all pristine virgin farming area, ideal for growing medical hemp. I mean, you really couldn't find a better place in the world to grow medical hemp or industrial hemp than this location here. And it's a good shot of the river there, really flows through there. You can really see it moving through here. Again, an extremely fertile valley. Water really just, you can actually tap in anywhere along this valley, and there is a natural artesian water stream, freshwater artesian stream that could also be exported, just like Fiji water is exported out of Fiji. These are some of the most fertile areas for growing anything. Again, we saw the last drone shot was on the other side of this river, so coming down again you get another shot of the valley from this side. Gives you a very good indication of the sort of expansive area that would be used for hemp growing in this area. Really unlimited amount of property here. You're looking at 400,000 plus premium acres here to be used internationally as a famous area for growing hemp, particularly medical hemp, I think, and this will be the very first location in PNG ever historically for growing medical hemp if we get the amendment to the Illegal Drugs Act to grow medical CBD hemp in this area. Again, everything in very good condition. I know it looks rather third world through here, but can I tell you, everything is in pristine condition. Zero graffiti. I saw no signs of crime. No one's cars are at risk. Everybody leaves their cars and properties as is. You can see the clubhouse here from the 80s. Not quite disbanded, but you can see here minimum maintenance provided to this area, which was really a great country club in the 80s for expats Australians, and has not been touched. Not a single blade of grass out of shape, not a single broken window, not any graffiti at all. Just to give you guys some perspective, here's inside the golf club, Goroka Golf Club, 1986. You'll see a race course to the right hand side of where we've been doing the drone shots, and looking back towards the clubhouse, and a car racing track as well. So it goes to show you, back in the 80s was a really halcyon part there. So we're looking back towards the ocean there, looking sort of northeast back towards the ocean. From there, a couple of hours on a chopper and you'd be in some of the most pristine islands and waterways in the world. This could obviously be a great tourist location. You go up into the Highlands, straight into blue water ocean, with no one around, literally on a deserted island. So one more synopsis. Looking south, Horseshoe, Eastern Highlands around here, going back towards the clubhouse. The four-wheel drive that we got in there, you'll see Johnny and myself and some of the local guys that have been showing us around here, and everything's in very good shape. That door, that little gate there coming in there is not locked. That's open the whole time. This is not protected in any way. The tractor in the back there is the only tractor I saw the whole time I was actually in Goroka. So there's not much machinery. It's a very third world, but again, it's very well respected. And you see there's no damage to anything here. Everything's in very good nick, and there's no security here. Again, there's some of the locals, Johnny and I, and it really is a great place, and we really should do something with that clubhouse when we get there, and do something of importance there. Now, we've travelled all the way now to the top, one of the highlands there, actually through the forestry. Actually, it was a hell of a trek to get up there, and you'll see some of the trekking up here. This is us up driving up there. It was a hell of a journey to get up there. Just to give you some idea, it was quite a few hours, serious four-wheel drive to get up into the forestry to take this shot, and we had to,
so we can go up the hill,
clear some logs to get up the hill, and we shot this drone off, and it really is just magical. You can get some idea of the size or expanse of this area. As far as you can see off there to the north, we're looking back over those highlands, you'd see the ocean. You can see here that most of the land is not being used. Although it is cleared, it's really not in use from a farming perspective. So this is all virgin territory, so to speak, from a farming point of view. I think you'll see I sort of spin around a little bit more now. So that's going back towards the airport. You can see the little village there, and this is the little pine forest they've grown up there. That forestry is commercialised, but it's pretty raw. They'd have to just drag those logs out of there with a very serious tractor. There's it's pretty serious four-wheel drive territory just to get to where we got to here. And that's looking back towards Mount Michael, those first few mountains we had a look at when we first went up there. So looking back out sort of towards the west as the sun sort of drops out there. Again, magnificent sort of land here, very fertile valley, best in the world in my opinion. I don't think you'd equal this anywhere. Hard to put a price tag on what this is, but I think you're literally looking at billions of dollars worth of farming land here not being utilised at the moment, not to mention a tourist location. If this was in France and it'd be the renowned farmlands of wineries of France, it's really been kept in the wilderness literally for 30 odd years. Again, that country club saw its halcyon days in the 70s and 80s. The 90s and the last sort of 20 odd years have literally had this place in the wilderness. So I've just driven this drone over the top of these beautiful pine forests that they've planted here, so they get a lot of their timber from. Again, anything will grow here. You could grow whatever you like, but it's just a magical spot, and I'm very blessed and lucky to have gone over there to have a look at this place. Again, someone's going to do something here. It's only a matter of time before someone manages to figure out that this sort of property needs to be utilised. It can't just be sitting there as a secret for the rest of the world. Somebody needs to do something over there, and I think it should be us. So I've done a full loop around the back of those forests, and again I'm now facing sort of kind of south down the valley, Goroka, coming right around the back of that pine plantation and big horseshoe loop with the drone, and you'll see it sort of spin around in a second and you'll see where we are. Again, all that valley down there is, you could grow whatever you like down there, but you can get some idea of this, the enormous area of this Goroka Valley, this Eastern Highlands Valley down here, that's just begging to be commercialised in some way and be of international repute. So I just sort of stop there, spin around. You should come back in a second back towards us. Again, there's the pine plantation running down there, and give you some idea of size and magnitude of the property here. And you'll see us sort of just bringing the drone back now. We're a little bit to the left, I think. Actually, no, just directly underneath us. So we peeled that drone out directly behind us. So we took off from behind us, did a big U shape, and then came back from this direction. So we've done a full loop out directly behind us, peeled off to the left, and then came right around anti-clockwise back to where we are here. And that's really the end of the view of Goroka and the drone shot. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It was quite an effort to get up there to do this shot, so I'm glad I recovered this video because it was corrupted when we first brought it back. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's it for me.